I see all the time is that so many of the musicians who are making short form videos are just making one, or at worst, 3 mistakes that are super easy to correct, and once they fix them, they can see their videos finally start reaching a bigger audience and getting their music the attention they deserve. In fact, once they fix them, they go from 300 or 1,000 views a video to regularly getting 10 times that amount of views, because the simple mistakes they're making are really easy to fix. But there's so many TikToks, Reels, and YouTube Shorts out there that tell you all this but aren't collected in one place. And anyway, so many of you seem to ignore or miss them and just wonder if you've been shadow banned or wronged by God. So that's why the algorithm isn't promoting you. So in this video, I assembled the easy tweaks that I do on consulting calls all the time that get musicians out of algorithmic jail, or for those who are already getting views, how to blow up their views even more on a regular, sustainable basis. So let's start off with a reality check, since most of you can't even figure out what the goal even is here. So I still this day talk to musicians and hear, "No one's liking my videos. God, I'm so sad." Now, I gotta be real. When you're saying liking my videos, it means you're playing the wrong game and don't get the game you should be playing. If we're looking at just one metric, and only one metric for what you should be caring about, it is shares. Straight up, what gets spread in the algorithm and gets you on the For You page and then gets likes, and most of all, gets people to send it to their friends who would like it, since let's think about what happens when one friend sends it to another. They're basically saying, "I know you would like this." Well, that's shares. The algorithm loves shares because it brings people into their platform, and then the algorithm rewards it since it's hoping to find more people who will share it, since if one person shared it, someone else will probably share it, right? When you create SFVs from the mindset of making videos that people would share, not likes, you're creating videos that friends send to the right people who will listen to your music as well as getting in the algorithm. Win-win. And you're probably thinking, "That's great, Jesse, but how do I do this?" Well, it's pretty simple actually. I think everybody just makes it way too difficult. First off, every time you go to send a musician's video to a friend, think about why you're doing it. Take notes in the Notes app on your phone and keep track of them so you can think about it before your next video. Since I'll be real, different genres of fans behave very differently. I can't just say this is the one reason that fans share things, because it's very different culturally. Goth people can see something twisted and evil and get excited to send it. Whereas, Taylor Swift's wholesome normies aren't doing that. They want things that are cute and fuzzy and, well, let's get real. Talk about how they're failed by everyone they date, since, let's be real, that's all Taylor seems to yap about.
This much.
Weird, right? Anyway, pop punk bands love a goofy little joke that only they get, and a metal dude will spam a whole group chat with some meme about grooming a beard. I don't get it, I leave those chats. Getting to know your niche really helps, and observing the patterns that spread is crucial. But I have a trick on how you can study this. When you find the musicians who do well on social media in your genre, head over to TikTok and look them up. You see this tab that says popular? Well, right there you can see the videos that do best for these artists. Now, if you click one of the more popular videos, you can see how many shares it got. Now watch that popular video, sometimes even a few times, and try to think about why people share it. Now ask yourself the best question you can ask yourself every time you see great content. If I made the same video, how would I make it to align with who I am as an artist? After doing this for a week or two, if you put in a whole hour or two of work, you should probably have much more of a clue on what you should be doing to get shares and to get yourself into the algorithm. Next, we need to correct a mistake that so many of you make and ask me why God has forsaken you and gives you no views. This is that you don't post enough, so you're unlikely to do well. Now, one of the things I like to stress here is that Instagram and TikTok and Spotify, for that matter, love to put out guidelines on how to do well. But then when social media companies or me and my friends do studies, we see that everything they say is, well, kind of bullshit, to put it lightly. Because what they do does not line up. So I don't even want to bother quoting Instagram or TikTok's materials or Adam Mosseri's ridiculous videos he puts out anymore, because a lot of what he says just isn't what we see when we study it. Instead, if you look at studies from companies like Metricool, which get more data than anyone else, or even what my friends and I see, we see posting 2 to 3 times a week is the minimum you need to do to experience growth, and have people who are strangers see you, meaning get on that For You feed. Now, from my own observations, as I've studied hundreds of viral artists where I dissect them on my members-only YouTube member feed, I see a similar thing. The minimum musicians post and experience growth is about 3 times a week, with the average being 5 to 7 times a week. But I should say, if this interests you, it's exactly what we discuss on my membership channel each week, which for $5 a month, you get over 6 hours of new videos every month, as well as my back catalog of over 150 videos where I explain the latest social media trends, answer your questions, as well as give out cheat codes for how you blow up in your genre faster than the other artists, and dissect how the biggest artists in the world are blowing up from 0 fans to now making their dreams come true, as well as the latest music promotion methods. And once a month, I listen to any songs my members submit of their music that they want me to listen to. Oh yeah, and if you didn't know, I'm writing a workbook right now on how to do DIY artist development and world building, and members get access to the rough draft as I write it. So you should really tap in there, and there's a link in the description. Anyway, if you haven't made 16 posts since you started doing this experiment and aren't posting 3 times a week, we can't even tell if your content is trash or not, since you aren't posting enough for the algorithm to push you regularly. So if you're not doing that, maybe God hasn't forsaken you. Okay, but what about like when we're making videos? So the first thing we need to discuss is thumb stop. If you don't know what this is, it's when you're scrolling those apps and giving your phone a non-stop thumb massage. But sometimes as you give each thing that comes across your phone about 1/3 of a second to cook before another stroke of the thumb happens, you see something interesting. And that's thumb stop, is when we see that thing that makes us, well, stop moving our thumb and watch. So what do we do to actually get people to stop scrolling and experience thumb stop? The answer largely is show them something that doesn't look like what they see all day. Think of it this way. Many of us have now been scrolling these apps for often 6 years. We've all seen 1,000 times someone with a cheeky headline in a bedroom, and probably hundreds of thousands of times they're sitting in their pajamas, and yeah, like we're tired of it. And we're starting to see that all that stuff isn't working as well as it used to. So when you look at all these lists of all these prompts that you can do that all these people have put out, well, there's a reason it's starting to go, well, kind of mid. So anytime you can make a Venn diagram of showing some cultural touchstones that this content is part of a culture the viewers like, meaning that you show them that you're a part of their culture, but also that you do something different, that often is going to be a good way of inspiring thumb stop. But what does that look like? Let's first assume that some of the clues of the culture is that your song is playing loudly, so they get a clue from the sound that this may be for them since they like this style of culture and this genre of music. Now let's say you're dressed in some way that you are a part of their culture, or there's a poster in the back or some other thing that people who like your type of music like. But what we're going to do to change things up a bit is we're going to do something that you don't see every time you open this app to start the video at the very beginning. And actually, right now is a great time to dive into a video I think is a great teachable lesson because it goes so far on every point I'm going to make. This is Ben Lapidus. You may know him from, well, this video and others he's made in this series since he's gone viral with them a ton of times. And if you want to follow along, you can easily look up Ben and watch along as it's pinned to his profile as of now. So let's first start with the thumb stop, since that's what we're discussing. This video starts with one of the best thumb stops I've ever seen, where Ben yells "yo" with a really loud hit. Now your song may not have that, but dropping a glitch or a striking frame before your song starts can do just that. You can come into the frame of the video upside down. You could flash the most interesting thing you do halfway through the video and then do a transition in your edit and flip back to the beginning of the video that you filmed. This could even be putting a piece of paper or an image printed out on top of the video and then pulling it off and crunching it up. Filming an effect where the camera spins fast and you stop and start the video. All of this works to give a bit of thumb stop. In fact, there was a big trend where people threw a paper airplane at the top of the video for a while. It's all the same idea. Get creative, but show people this isn't the video they see all day. Ben does this by doing a striking scenario you don't see all the time. Behind him is a bunch of suits, and it has a really curiosity-inducing title. You weren't supposed to see this. When people are curious what happens, that's when they watch a video for longer. And well, that's pretty curiosity-inducing to find out that you're not supposed to see this. Since after thumb stop, the next step is to get people interested in what's next, since we now need to keep them locked in to watch your song. So let's talk about that. So one of the next things you'll notice in Ben's video is what happens here is the office turns into a mosh pit and papers get thrown everywhere, and you weren't expecting that when those dudes were sitting there quite calmly a second ago. One of the best ways to get that watch time and average view duration up is for something unexpected or new to enter the scenario. This can even be simple things like a camera pulling back its view and you see a new element that was out of frame before. A new instrument player enters the scene. an outfit change, whatever it is. When we talk about how the algorithm rewards watch time, it's keeping people engaged over time. If you want someone to listen to 30, even 60 seconds of a song, well, you gotta keep them engaged. And I have a turn of phrase I really like for this, so let me cook for a second. You know when you go out with a friend and they're yapping about some boring story that they're telling you, and you're being tortured by this long-ass story? What are they often saying over and over again? And then, and then, and then.
And I'm gonna put my foot in your ass if you say and then again!
Most of you make videos where there's not even an and then. You just do one thing and nothing changes. But what really keeps people locked in and your average view duration going, and as well, doesn't bore them and make them wish they wanted to die mid-conversation, that is the concept of but then, where something unexpected happens. Not and then, where it just is the same thing slightly changing. But then means there's a big change, something you didn't expect happened. Instead of your run-on story with the and then, something you didn't see coming is really good storytelling and also works to keep people locked in on social media. So as you make videos, consider this. It will help your average view time so you get on the For You page. But now it's time to talk about what part of your song you even use. Some of you think if you make an 8-second video, as long as it flips to the next video, you're in algorithmic heaven and will keep being spread. But that's not how it actually works. The reason you see longer videos blowing up is watch time matters and average view duration matters. And the algorithms all love watch time and a high average view duration. The way you really need to think about this is you're trying to keep people engaged. So what this means is, first off, we can't have some long intro to your song. Start the video with a compelling part of your song. If you want 60 seconds of your song in the video, you got to get real that better be a very engaging 60 seconds. But particularly, some of you are all about making sure it builds up to your hook. And I'll be real, I've been doing this for long enough to tell you that your theory on, edging the viewers may work on your little pet of a boyfriend, but it ain't working here. The reality is these apps reward being drawn in, and if I'm being real, sustained till the end. And well, here's where your edging thing comes in. Pulling away from them before they hear the whole song edges them to go to Spotify or YouTube and listen to the song. That's the curiosity that gets them to go listen on another app. But knowing when to cut it off can be learned from observing patterns in videos, just like I told you to do when you study those artists in your genre, and from also using common sense that if you have a song that has a lot going on in one part and then a 15-second break before you build back up, experimenting with cutting off before that break is really, really important. Truly, there's a ton of things that work to make songs blow up. I was scrolling the Viral 50 chart on Spotify the other day, which if you don't know is a chart where you can listen to what's currently blowing up on short form videos and then is getting listens on Spotify. And what we see over and over and over again is the hook of the song that's making it go viral and getting listens could be 8 seconds, 16 seconds, 24 seconds, or even 50 seconds that works in a video. The length isn't what determines it, but getting to the point before people are bored is what determines it. Every song is different on the Viral 50 chart right now. In fact, we see songs with turns of phrase like Temper City Self-Aware, where they just sing, "God, you look so pretty when you tell me you love me," is the big hook that is making that song go to #1 right now on the chart. Whereas Corey Kent's Empty Words has a whole bunch of lines where people are making videos about how, well, they goofed and they messed up their relationship. People will make user-generated content to videos that compel an emotion within them that they really like. The key is if you don't get to the part of the song where people like that fast enough to hear that they would even make that video, well, it ain't happening, chief. Now let's get to the #1 thing you all mess up so much. If you have something that does 3 times better than usual, so many of you think with some weird boomer brain that you've done it, so now you can't make that same video again. But that's wrong. If you have a hit, what you need to do is think about how you take it, even the same footage, and flip it better. Make it shorter, put another prompt on it, add some excitement to the edit, figure out something else that can make it even better. Film the scenario again and make a similar video, but make it even better. The reality is, over and over again, if you do like I said earlier and study the artists who are actually blowing up on short form video apps, you see them repeating successes and flipping them so they improve upon them. And if you want to learn how you repeat on successes, the video on the screen will teach you that, and it's available as a newsletter in case you want to read it when your boss isn't looking at work. And the link is in the description to tap in at my newsletter, Music Marketing Trends. But right after people tell me they're afraid to repeat their successes, they tell me their audience will probably get bored. First off, your audience probably doesn't see most of the videos you post. It's not 2016, and if you look in your analytics, hopefully most of the people seeing your videos are not following you. And secondly, Let's remember that around 85 to 96% of what is on most For You pages are not people that you're following or subscribed to. But if you're really concerned with not boring those followers, which I can't blame you for, it's an important concern, but you just think about it wrong. Part of that is if you study most of the viral artists, they have 4 formats they're posting regularly. It can be live shots, a cheeky comment on their lyrics, some comments on their personality, and some weird wild card that they make up all the time. If you're looking for ideas, on my member feed and in my newsletter, I have this video on the tentpoles artists go between, which you can see on the screen now. And I go deep on how artists vary these different tentpoles up to make sure their audience never gets bored with them, and what each tentpole does for building an audience. Now, before we go to the speed round of advice, I want to drop a bomb on the way you think about content today, since you can't see this all the time, since it takes being an expert who works with a lot of artists to often see this stuff. One of the things we talk about when you hear people who do social media marketing in a big way talk about is when it comes to views that are converting listeners to what gets on the viral 50 or what gets people to listen to this song a lot, as we see over and over and over again, it's not the artist's account that's the one doing the heavy lifting most of the time. The artist profiles are not the one getting most of the views that get the song listens. Now you may be thinking, what? What we see over and over again is if an artist or their team is doing edits or culture accounts where they make a new account and post edits of a movie to their song, or something in their culture like skateboarding or fashion photos of hot people in that culture, or do outside influence videos where they do things like 10 best Wojak core songs of the summer, well, those videos often do better than the artist's own videos, since, let's be real, they don't feel like an ad or an artist pushing something on people, but an authentic expression of culture. And when mixed with things people like already, like artists in their genre, movies, TV shows, or let's be honest, hot people that get them horned up, well, guess what? The song often feels better and blows up from that. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I have a video in my member feed about this that's linked in the description. Okay, but to close this out, I'm gonna do a speed run on a whole bunch of advice that I don't feel the need to go deep on, but I regularly say on my consulting calls, artists are messing up, and when they correct it, it helps get them a ton of views. Don't put YouTube or Spotify or Listen Now or link in bio written on the screen of your videos. It'll get its reach killed all the time. Don't put links in your comments. It does not work and does not do anything. Replying to comments gets people to come back to your video and run up watch time while they think what to say or even fight. You don't need to delete nasty comments, because if they're controversial, they'll run up your watch time, and those people who are your haters, well, they'll help you. Replying to comments on similar artists to use profiles works to get people to check you out. It's the oldest trick in the book and everybody seems to forget it. And if you haven't got into your Instagram settings and turned on upload at highest quality, do it now. And for the 3,000th time, one niche hashtag of an audience who's really likely to like your music is 1,000 times more likely to help you than broad hashtags like hashtag songwriter, hashtag alternative, hashtag R&B, hashtag FYP that do nothing but hurt your reach. So here's the thing, while you just learned this, if you really want to grow your fan base, you need to understand the snowman technique and how to follow up your successes that I mentioned whenever you have a hit video that you need to do this. So that video is on the screen right now or linked to the description. So make sure you watch that next if you really want to level up. Thanks for watching.